The latest crypto regulation updates worldwide. What you need to know now in 2025, especially for USA, Europe, and Asia. Crypto regulations are changing fast, and if you don't know how these updates could impact your crypto investments, you might be left behind. This video breaks down the latest global crypto regulations using real-life trader examples to show what could happen next. Get ready to dive into the world of crypto regulations that could change the game for you. Hey, true crypto insiders. Welcome back to another power-packed video, where today we're diving deep into the latest crypto regulation updates worldwide. And let me tell you, it's more intense than ever. The question everyone's asking, is the government finally going to crack down on crypto, or will they just watch it grow into the unstoppable force it's becoming? You'll want to stick around because in the next few minutes, we'll break down what's really going on with crypto regulation globally. How do these changes affect you as an investor? And what can you do now to stay ahead of the curve? But first, hit that like button and make sure you're subscribed because you don't want to miss what's coming up. Crypto has always been a wild beast, and with global regulations catching up, it's about to get even wilder. From the US to Europe and even Asia, countries are scrambling to find the balance between innovation and control. Let's start with the USA. In recent years, one of the most significant and controversial topics in the cryptocurrency world has been the ongoing battle between the Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, and the burgeoning crypto market. This conflict has intensified, and the US government's actions are increasingly shaping the global cryptocurrency landscape. The SEC, as a key regulatory authority, has been taking a hard stance on cryptocurrency exchanges, tokens, and ICO projects, setting off a wave of uncertainty across the market. Their claim that certain digital assets like XRP qualify as securities has led to both fear and opportunity for traders and investors alike. Let's break down what this means for the future of crypto and examine a real-life example of how the SEC's actions have affected an everyday trader. The SEC's crackdown is significant because it represents an evolving effort to bring cryptocurrency under traditional financial regulation. The SEC's stance is clear. They believe many cryptocurrencies should fall under the definition of securities, which means they should be subject to the same regulatory oversight as stocks and bonds. The SEC versus Ripple Labs XRP case is one of the most high-profile examples of this struggle. The SEC claims that XRP, the native token of the Ripple network, functions as a security, which Ripple, the company behind XRP, vehemently denies. This has resulted in a lengthy legal battle that has sent shockwaves through the cryptocurrency world. If the SEC wins the case, it could set a dangerous precedent for other altcoins and tokens in the market, leading to increased regulation and potentially drastic shifts in the way the crypto market operates. For crypto exchanges and investors, the situation is far from clear. Regulatory uncertainty has created a ripple effect, causing major volatility in the market. Many exchanges that list XRP or other altcoins deemed to be securities may face regulatory scrutiny and even be forced to delist certain assets. This, in turn, leads to a drop in token prices, creating a nightmare scenario for retail traders and larger institutional investors alike. As the SEC lawsuit continues to play out, the crypto market has had to adjust to this new reality of tighter regulation. For many, this has meant reassessing investment strategies and taking a step back to reconsider exposure to risky tokens like XRP. Some investors have already moved their assets to safer investments, such as stablecoins, which are not subject to the same regulations as traditional cryptocurrencies. These stablecoins, like USDC or Tether, are pegged to traditional fiat currencies like the US dollar and are seen as less volatile and more regulatory friendly compared to other cryptos. This shift has caused the market to evolve, with crypto traders looking for more compliance-friendly, less risky alternatives. Let's take a look at an example of how these SEC actions are affecting everyday crypto traders. Meet Trader Joe, a popular retail trader who has been actively involved in the crypto space for several years. Joe had always been a strong believer in XRP as a high-potential asset. He held a significant portion of his portfolio in XRP, believing that Ripple's technology and partnerships with major financial institutions would drive XRP's price to new heights. The SEC's lawsuit was a blow to Joe's strategy, and he watched in disbelief as his XRP holdings started to plummet. One morning, Joe woke up to breaking news. The SEC had taken legal action against Ripple, and the future of XRP was uncertain. The news sent shockwaves through the market, and XRP's price dropped significantly. In a matter of hours, Joe watched his portfolio shrink by over 50%, an unsettling reality for any trader who has substantial exposure to an asset like XRP. Initially, Joe was devastated by the sharp decline in his holdings, but he quickly realized that he couldn't afford to panic sell. Instead, he had to reassess his strategy and consider alternative investment options that were less likely to be targeted by the SEC. Joe's solution? He pivoted his focus to stablecoins, primarily USDC, which has gained popularity in recent years due to its backing by US dollar reserves and its relatively stable value. By shifting his focus to these low volatility assets, Joe was able to preserve his capital while minimizing exposure to uncertain regulatory risks. In addition, Joe began exploring staking opportunities, where he could earn passive income from holding stablecoins or other regulated assets. This strategy helped him weather the storm and gave him time to monitor the ongoing legal battle with Ripple. While XRP's decline and Joe's experience serve as a cautionary tale for retail traders, there is some light at the end of the tunnel. The SEC's actions, though unsettling in the short term, are likely to lead to clearer regulations and more transparency in the crypto market. In the long run, this regulatory clarity could provide a more stable foundation for the growth of cryptocurrencies and blockchain technology. If the SEC can establish clear rules for what constitutes a security in the crypto world, it could result in less confusion for traders and investors, and encourage more institutional money to flow into the market. The growing interest from traditional financial institutions is already pushing the crypto space toward mainstream acceptance. But for that to happen, investors need to be able to rely on clear and consistent rules around cryptocurrency regulation. This is where the SEC's actions may have a positive effect, as they force the industry to clarify its operations and prevent further legal uncertainty down the road. So, what can you as a trader do to protect your portfolio in light of the SEC's actions? Here are some practical tips for navigating the regulatory storm. The most important rule of any investment strategy is diversification. Don't put all your eggs in one basket, especially not in risky assets like XRP, which are facing the threat of regulatory action. Instead, consider spreading your investments across a variety of assets, including Bitcoin, Ethereum, and stablecoins like USDC. By balancing your portfolio, you reduce your overall risk. The regulatory landscape is constantly evolving, so it's important to stay informed about new developments. Make sure to follow the latest news on SEC regulations, crypto-related legislation, and any updates to the Ripple case. This will allow you to make more informed decisions and adapt your strategy accordingly. As a trader, it's important to use crypto exchanges that comply with local regulations. Look for exchanges that have licensing, AML measures, and KYC practices in place. This will help protect your investments and minimize the risk of legal issues down the line. When the market gets volatile, it's easy to fall into the trap of panic selling, but this rarely works out in the long run. Instead, stay calm and evaluate your options. If necessary, shift your focus to more stable assets like USDC, Ethereum, or Bitcoin. Staking is another strategy to earn passive income while avoiding some of the volatility in the market. Many proof-of-stake cryptocurrencies, like Ethereum 2.0, offer staking rewards for holding their coins in the network. Consider exploring staking options to grow your portfolio safely. As the battle between the SEC and Ripple unfolds, it's clear that the cryptocurrency market will have to adapt to the increasing influence of regulatory bodies. While the legal uncertainty is challenging for traders, it's also opening the door for clearer and more structured regulations in the future. Trader Joe's experience is a reminder of the risks associated with investing in uncertain assets. But it also highlights the importance of adapting your strategy in response to changing regulations. By diversifying, staying informed, and using compliance-friendly exchanges, traders can mitigate risks and continue to profit in the crypto market. As the SEC's decisions continue to shape the future of cryptocurrency, adaptation and flexibility will be key for traders who want to thrive in this dynamic and ever-changing landscape. Cryptocurrency regulations in Europe have long been a gray area, with different countries having varying rules, leading to a fragmented market. However, with the MiCA framework now officially live across the European Union, cryptocurrency traders are finally getting some much-needed clarity and consistency. The MiCA framework promises to bring new standards, protection, and regulatory clarity, creating a more stable environment for traders across Europe and even beyond. But with this new certainty comes the need to understand how these regulations will impact trading behavior and what specific rules are in place to shape the future of the crypto landscape. This isn't just about complying with the rules. It's about seizing the opportunities that come with being ahead of the curve in understanding MiCA's benefits and its potential pitfalls. The MiCA framework, which aims to regulate cryptocurrencies, stablecoins, and other crypto assets, has been hailed as a major step forward in ensuring transparency and stability in the European digital asset market. But what does this mean for you as a trader? The MiCA framework introduces regulations aimed at stabilizing the market for stablecoins, digital assets pegged to a stable reserve like the US dollar or the euro. In the past, stablecoins were subject to different regulations across various EU member states, leading to confusion and sometimes lack of transparency for traders. With MiCA's new rules in place, stablecoins will have to meet specific transparency requirements regarding their reserves. This means that the issuers of stablecoins like Tether or USD Coin must be clear about their backing assets. In essence, stablecoins will now be regulated to ensure that they are adequately backed, giving traders more confidence in using them as a store of value. For you as a trader, this brings a huge advantage. You'll no longer have to worry about whether the stablecoins you're using are adequately supported by real-world assets. This clarity also means that exchanges offering stablecoins will be compliant with MiCA, making it easier and safer for you to trade without concerns over regulatory risks. One of the primary goals of MiCA is to protect consumers, you, the crypto trader, from the risks associated with unregulated assets and shady practices. MiCA requires crypto firms to operate in a way that safeguards investors' interests, including detailed disclosure of risks and adequate transparency regarding financial products. Under MiCA, crypto exchanges and firms offering crypto services will have to meet strict consumer protection standards, ensuring that clients' assets are properly secured and that there is clear disclosure of risks when offering crypto products. This is particularly beneficial for traders because it minimizes the chances of scams or rogue operations manipulating the market. MiCA's consumer protection rules also apply to advertisements and marketing practices, ensuring that crypto companies are not making misleading claims or promises. This is a win-win situation for traders who can now navigate the market with more confidence, knowing that the companies they deal with must operate transparently and in good faith. One of the key challenges in the crypto space has been the potential for money laundering, given the anonymity of transactions. The MiCA regulations will tackle money laundering directly by imposing AML requirements on crypto service providers. This means that crypto exchanges and wallet providers will have to implement KYC, Know Your Customer, and AML protocols to verify users and ensure that illicit funds do not flow through the crypto ecosystem. These steps will make crypto assets less appealing to criminal activity while bringing the market closer to mainstream financial standards. For you as a trader, this will mean a cleaner and safer trading environment. While it might lead to more verification processes, it ensures that you are dealing with regulated platforms and have more assurance that your trades are legitimate and free from potential fraud. Although MiCA brings a lot of benefits, it's not all sunshine and rainbows. Some crypto assets, particularly tokens with high volatility, or those that could be seen as securities, will face stricter rules under the framework. This is where things get a bit tricky for some tokens. While MiCA provides clarity, it also means that crypto firms might have to delist certain assets or adjust their offerings to comply with the new regulations. Traders will need to be cautious about investing in assets that may face additional scrutiny or regulatory hurdles. For example, Tokens like XRP or other altcoins that are still fighting legal battles regarding their status as securities could be impacted by MiCA's more stringent regulations. As a trader, it's important to stay on top of asset-specific updates and adjust your strategy if certain tokens face delisting or new restrictions. Let's look at a real-life example of how the MiCA framework is benefiting crypto traders across Europe. Meet trader Sarah, a seasoned crypto investor who has been actively trading across multiple European markets for the past few years. Sarah, like many crypto traders, was frustrated by the lack of consistency and clarity in the regulations across different EU member states. One country would have strict rules on crypto taxes, while another would allow more freedom to trade. This made trading across borders difficult, and Sarah found herself constantly worried about the potential risks of dealing with unregulated platforms. When MiCA came into effect, Sarah saw a game-changing opportunity. With clear rules on stablecoins, AML protocols, and consumer protection, Sarah felt more confident about trading in the European crypto market. She also noticed that crypto exchanges in the EU were now compliant with MiCA, meaning she could use platforms with confidence, knowing that her trades were protected under clear regulations. Sarah began focusing her strategy on regulated stablecoins like USDC, which were now under the direct oversight of MiCA's new guidelines. She felt safer using these assets to hedge against volatility in the broader market, while also reaping the benefits of lower trading risks due to the MiCA framework. She also diversified into a few other assets that were compliant with MiCA, ensuring that her portfolio remained well-rounded. With this new sense of security, Sarah was able to trade more freely, expand her portfolio, and take calculated risks with a clearer understanding of the regulatory landscape. As MiCA continues to reshape the European crypto market, here are some key strategies for traders to capitalize on the new regulations. Start focusing your trading efforts on assets and exchanges that comply with MiCA. Regulated stablecoins and tokens are likely to become more stable as the framework provides more certainty. The world of crypto is always changing, so it's essential to stay informed on MiCA's updates. New regulations could affect how you trade, what platforms you use, and what assets you hold. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. Diversifying across different MiCA-compliant assets like stablecoins, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and others can provide balance and risk mitigation. With MiCA's consumer protection rules in place, you can trade more safely knowing that exchanges and platforms must comply with clear guidelines. The MiCA framework is a milestone for cryptocurrency regulation in Europe, bringing clarity, security, and stability to the market. With clear rules around stablecoins, AML compliance, and consumer protection, traders like Sarah are benefiting from a safer, more transparent trading environment. As the MiCA framework continues to evolve, it's important for crypto traders to stay informed and adjust strategies to align with these new regulations. By embracing the changes and focusing on regulated assets, you can navigate the future of the European crypto market with confidence and success. From the US crackdown to Europe's MiCA and Asia's shifting regulations, the future of crypto is looking intense. But with the right strategies, you can stay ahead of the game. What do you think? How are you preparing for the upcoming crypto regulations? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Let's get the conversation started. And hey, if you want more crypto insights on the latest trends, regulations, and investment tips, make sure to subscribe, like this video, and hit that bell icon so you never miss an update. Stay ahead of the curve. Stay informed. Stay profitable. When it comes to cryptocurrency regulations, Asia has been a mixed bag of policies. The region has some of the most progressive crypto nations, but it also harbors some of the most restrictive ones. Countries like China have a notorious reputation for their annual crypto bans, while others like India are actively evolving their stance toward cryptocurrency regulation. As a crypto trader in Asia, navigating these regulations requires not only understanding the rules, but also being agile enough to adjust strategies to the shifting landscape. China's stance on cryptocurrency is well known. The government bans crypto every year. But does this annual crackdown actually stop traders from profiting? The answer is no. Despite the heavy surveillance and frequent bans on local exchanges, Chinese traders have found innovative ways to continue trading and making profits in the crypto market. China's regulatory approach towards cryptocurrency is like an ongoing game of cat and mouse. The government bans crypto exchanges, restricts mining, and makes harsh announcements that sound like the end of crypto. But then, the next month or year, the crypto community finds ways to work around these restrictions, creating new platforms or utilizing foreign exchanges. For instance, peer-to-peer, P2P trading platforms have flourished despite China's regulations. Traders bypass traditional exchanges and trade directly with each other using apps and platforms that don't operate under Chinese jurisdiction. In addition, China has ramped up surveillance, but many traders continue to find creative ways to leverage decentralized platforms like DeFi, decentralized finance, or even trade crypto via VPNs to access exchanges that are blocked locally. While the official stance is anti-crypto, the reality is that the demand for crypto assets in China continues to rise. Chinese traders are often willing to take risks in order to capitalize on price movements, making profits even as the government cracks down on exchanges and operations. Take Li, a Chinese crypto trader. Despite being aware of the regulatory risks, Li has continued to trade via P2P and decentralized exchanges, DEX, like Uniswap. Although China's government is always one step ahead, Li has learned to adapt to the shifting regulatory landscape. Li doesn't hold large amounts of crypto on any centralized exchanges, but uses secure wallets and off-chain transactions to move funds. He remains nimble, and while the authorities may disrupt his trading methods, he's always prepared to take advantage of the next opportunity. This flexibility has allowed him to profit in an environment that's as uncertain as it gets. India is currently in the midst of navigating its own crypto regulatory journey. The country has experienced increased interest in blockchain technologies. Yet the regulatory framework around cryptocurrency remains in flux. India's Reserve Bank of India, RBI, has hinted at tighter regulations, but blockchain adoption continues to grow despite regulatory uncertainty. Indian regulators have expressed concerns over issues like money laundering and tax evasion, which has led to discussions about tax-friendly regulations that would make the crypto market more manageable and safer for traders. The big question for traders, however, is how to navigate these regulatory challenges while staying ahead of the curve. The RBI has often expressed concerns over the volatile nature of cryptocurrencies and the lack of proper regulation. As a result, they've hinted at introducing stricter policies. However, India's deep-rooted love for blockchain has spurred hopes that crypto will eventually be regulated in a way that allows for growth without stifling innovation. While a ban on crypto in India has never been fully implemented, the government has introduced multiple tax policies that target crypto trading and profits. This includes capital gains, tax and taxation on crypto mining, which could significantly impact how traders approach the market. There's also the looming fear that more stringent regulations may come into play, affecting how exchanges and traders operate in the country. However, as of now, India has not fully embraced or rejected crypto, leading many to believe that the country is holding off on a final decision until clearer guidelines are introduced. Meet Rohan, a crypto trader from Mumbai. Rohan was once an active trader on Indian-based exchanges, but as the regulatory environment became more uncertain, he made the decision to shift his focus. He moved to decentralized platforms like Uniswap, SushiSwap, and others, where there's less risk of local government intervention. Rohan is now focused on maximizing profits by trading on decentralized exchanges, DEX, and using peer-to-peer P2P networks to manage his assets. Despite the uncertain future of crypto regulations in India, he feels more secure trading on platforms that aren't directly impacted by the Reserve Bank's changing policies. Rohan has also taken to using stablecoins to hedge against potential legal restrictions. By maintaining most of his funds in USDC or Tether, Rohan ensures his profits aren't tied to the constantly fluctuating Indian rupee or affected by sudden government crackdowns. With the Indian government still debating regulations, Rohan continues to monitor the situation closely, always ready to adapt his strategy based on what unfolds next. This adaptability has allowed him to maximize profits during uncertain times. For traders in Asia, here are a few key insights to consider. In China, the regulatory environment can change rapidly. While traders can still profit through P2P and decentralized exchanges, it's crucial to keep an eye on potential government crackdowns. Know the risks involved and always be prepared with alternative trading options. In India, the situation is more nuanced, and while the government debates new regulations, it's essential to stay flexible. Rohan's shift to decentralized platforms is a prime example of how traders can adapt to changing conditions. Decentralized platforms offer a way for traders to protect themselves from sudden regulatory changes. While China's bans and India's evolving regulations present challenges, blockchain adoption in both countries is increasing. India's love for blockchain technology means that there's still potential for long-term profits, especially if the country introduces tax-friendly crypto regulations. Crypto regulations in Asia are far from settled. China's annual bans and India's shifting policies highlight how important it is to stay educated on the latest news. Follow trusted sources and stay agile so you can pivot your strategy as new regulations and opportunities arise. Asia's crypto landscape is a dynamic one, full of both opportunities and risks. While China continues to crack down on crypto exchanges and activities, traders are finding new ways to thrive through P2P and decentralized networks. Meanwhile, India's evolving regulatory stance is creating uncertainty, but also the possibility of a more tax-friendly crypto ecosystem in the future. For traders like Rohan, the key to thriving in Asia's crypto market is flexibility and the ability to adapt to regulatory changes. As the region continues to evolve, traders must be ready to capitalize on opportunities while protecting their assets from potential risks. Asia might be a mixed bag of regulations, but it's a region brimming with potential for those who stay informed and act strategically. As crypto continues to evolve in an ever-changing global landscape, the consequences for global traders are becoming increasingly complex. With tightening regulations around the world, uncertainty looms over the crypto market. What does that mean for traders, and how can you stay ahead of the game? The global nature of crypto makes it tough to predict exactly what will happen next, especially as regulations fluctuate on a country-by-country basis. But one thing is certain: change is constant. This means global traders need to stay vigilant, adapt quickly, and prepare for the unpredictable. So, what's your strategy right now? In the world of crypto, change happens fast, and regulations are no exception. A new law can be passed overnight, or a country's stance can shift within weeks. To stay ahead, it's crucial to keep track of global regulations daily. Whether it's the latest developments in China's crypto bans, the EU's MiTA regulations, or the US SEC's crackdown, you need to stay informed. Regulations can significantly impact market prices and the way you trade. For instance, China's annual crypto bans cause panic selling, while the introduction of clearer rules in the EU might inspire new opportunities. So, being aware of these shifts will help you adapt your strategy accordingly. Make it a point to follow crypto news, official regulatory bodies, and local government announcements to avoid getting caught off guard. In uncertain times, diversification is your best friend. With global regulations in flux, it's essential not to put all your eggs in one basket. Diversifying your portfolio across different regions, crypto assets, and investment types helps to mitigate risk and reduce exposure to sudden regulatory shocks. Spread your investments across countries with varying levels of crypto regulation. For example, the US has stringent laws, but countries like Switzerland offer more crypto-friendly policies. Instead of focusing solely on volatile cryptocurrencies, consider adding stablecoins, tokenized assets, or DeFi tokens. Use a combination of centralized exchanges and decentralized exchanges to limit your exposure to any single platform's risks. Trader Amy, based in China, faced the constant risk of government crackdowns on crypto exchanges. After China's annual ban, she quickly moved her crypto assets to Hong Kong, where regulations are still relatively lenient compared to mainland China. By diversifying her assets and trading on Hong Kong-based exchanges, she was able to continue trading securely while avoiding regulatory roadblocks. Another key to surviving the global regulatory storm is to stick to compliance-friendly exchanges. choosing exchanges that comply with local laws reduces the risk of your assets being frozen, accounts flagged, or trading interrupted. Ensure that exchanges are licensed in their respective countries. Exchanges that comply with AML and KYC regulations can give you peace of mind that your account is in good standing. Opt for exchanges that maintain clear, easy-to-understand terms of service and privacy policies. Trader Mark, based in the US, found himself constantly at odds with the US SEC's crypto regulations. Rather than continuing to face the scrutiny of US laws, he decided to relocate his trading activities to Switzerland, a country known for its crypto-friendly environment. By using exchanges based in Switzerland that adhere to looser regulations, Mark has been able to continue trading with minimal restrictions while avoiding the heavy oversight of the SEC. As a result, his profits have remained steady despite the regulatory pressure in the US. Crypto has always been a wild ride, filled with both massive gains and nerve-wracking downturns. Now, with increased regulation, the market could experience even more turbulence. But one thing's for sure: innovation is unstoppable. As global regulations tighten, new technologies, platforms, and methods of trading will emerge to help crypto adapt. Over the next few years, we'll see which platforms thrive under new regulations and which ones fall by the wayside. For instance, DeFi protocols might become more popular as traders look for decentralized solutions to circumvent overly restrictive government policies. As countries like the EU introduce clearer rules, expect a more regulated environment that can bring both stability and new opportunities. Crypto platforms will continue to innovate to meet regulatory requirements while offering traders more freedom. Think tokenization, staking, and DeFi lending. These are becoming mainstream solutions. Countries might begin to cooperate to create uniform crypto regulations, making it easier for global traders to operate across borders. In conclusion, the consequences for global traders are clear: uncertainty, risk, and adaptation. But this doesn't mean you should panic. Instead, diversify, stay informed, and choose compliant platforms to protect your assets and continue making profits. As the crypto space continues to evolve, it's important to stay ahead of the curve. Regulatory changes may be inevitable, but they also bring new opportunities. By adjusting your strategy and following the examples of traders like Amy and Mark, you can position yourself for long-term success in this ever-changing market. Stay flexible, stay informed, and never stop innovating.